that transmits frequency, a brand that transmits energy, that transmits identity, that transmits magic, then you have more than just a logo or a brand or a color or a slogan or a product or a service, right? What you have there is a sigil. It's a sigil. And it's, you know, the interesting thing about spirituality is, why I love authentic spirituality that is not predicated on organized religion is the fact that two things are pivotal to your exploration of authentic spirituality. One, archetypes. And you find all the archetypes in nature. Two, symbols. And I've said this repeatedly. You can't say that you are pursuing authentic spirituality and you demonize symbols. Archetypes. You look at animals, plants, cosmic elements, the sun, the moon, the stars, fire, water, goat, lion, you hear Leo, the planets, humans, men, women, boys, girls. You cannot neglect the importance of all these different archetypes and still claim that you are practicing authentic spirituality. Even the holy books, we see clearly, right, the promotion of different archetypes, how they use animals to explain something, how they use dragons, how a prophet flew on a horse and traveled from one dimension, distance-wise, to another on a horse. Those are archetypes, symbols. The reason I love Sufism, I've always said that. How many people here know what Sufism is? Sufism is the esoteric Islam. So when you are talking about archetypes and symbols, you find them in the esoteric dimension of mainstream organized religion. One of the most beautiful souls that ever lived, his name is Rumi. I consider myself a student of Rumi. He was a poet and he was a Sufi. And when you study Rumi's poetry, it is not about the quantity of words. It's not about the pages and the chapters of books. Short quotes, but profound and powerful. But Rumi would always delve into nature and animals. So when you listen to poems like Alone with the Alone by Rumi's protege, Ibn Arabi, the son of Arabi, and you hear poetries like, I am in everything you have been searching for. I am in the trees. I'm in the birds. I am the sound when the trees clap their hands. I am in the roaring of the lion. That's God. He is telling you about God in the roaring of a lion. It's just too beautiful, honestly. You need to study Rumi's poetry. You need to study Ibn Arabi's poetry. And you begin to understand what spirituality truly is. Now, there are two dimensions to this. Because you have to study both dimensions. Rumi is the one that teaches you how to pursue spirituality, how to discover God from the place of simplicity and as a lamb. So you are here to be a lamb, but you are not meant to be a lamb all through your life. Now, another man who is a poet, who is not really religious, was a man called Friedrich Nietzsche. How many people here know about this guy? He will teach you how to become a lion. Rumi teaches you how to be a lamb. Friedrich Nietzsche teaches you how to be a lion. And you need the combination of both. You have to be the lion and the lamb. You can't just be a lamb and think you're going to survive or thrive in life. You can't always be a lion and think that there won't be a gang up against you. You've seen in Nat Geo, one of those animal channels, where a lion entered. Found himself in the group of monkeys. And what happened to that lion? The monkeys defeated the lion. Because the lion was meant to use another strategy. So you can't always be a lamb. And you can't always be a lion. You have to know when to be a lamb and when to be a lion. That's the whole essence of life. There is a time to speak and a time to hold your peace. There is a time to sharpen your sword and bring out your sword and wield your sword. There's a time to actually sheath your sword and act like you don't know how to fight. There is a time to show that you are wise. Other times, act like a fool. All of these humans, beautiful humans that lived before us, they showed us the true meaning of spirituality and how we can live from the depth of our soul. That's what they did. Because down in your soul, you are an angel, but you are also a demon. Evil and good are locked up within you. Light and darkness is in you. You must know when to unleash your darkness. You must know when to integrate your darkness. You must know when to shine your light. Machi, good evening. You are the lion, you are the lamb. You are the snake. You are the dove. You are gentle, you are wicked. You are good, you are evil. You are everything that you need to be when you need to be. You are not just one thing. You know, see, in life, everybody wants to claim, you know, they are good. No, but you are also a bad person. Yeah. You are an energy multiplier. You are also an energy vampire. Because everybody talks about energy vampires. Who are the energy vampires? You are using others. Other people are also using you. That life is not narrow. It's multi-dimensional. Life is multi-dimensional. It's not a straight road. No. It's a curve. That's what it is. And that's what spirituality is. That's what authentic spiritual journey is. It's not a journey of holiness. It's a journey of genuineness. So your authentic spiritual journey, your authentic spirituality is not the journey to holiness. Holiness is a scam. It's your journey to genuineness. You know yourself so much that you know when to wield your sword. You know when to unleash the demon in you. You know when to be an angel. You know when to be defensive and when to attack. That's the whole thing. You can't be holy. You can't promote this, false holiness campaign and live from your authentic place. It's impossible. Thank you. Even the prophets, they knew when to bring out their sword and massacre people in self-defense. This is why I always tell people, whenever you see people gather together to pray for the peace of the world, run away from them. They are about to distract you. They are about to waste your time. As long as the earth remains, there will never be peace in this world. Don't worry. As long as there are different religions, races, tribes, there will never be peace in this world. Peace is an illusion. Peace, I've told you this multiple times. United States peacekeeping mission, not peacemaking mission. You are not here to make peace. You are here to keep the peace that is available wherever you meet it. I come in peace, but with a sword in my pocket, covered with a velvet. Salamu alaikum. Well, if you want to fight, I'm not going to go and start rushing and be looking for sword. There's a sword in my pocket already. But I bring peace. This is authentic spirituality. This is authentic spirituality. I come in the name of the Lord. I bring you peace, good tidings. Salamu alaikum. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. But, there is a gun. Locked and loaded. Just in case you don't want peace, then I'll give you war. Because all the days of man on earth is warfare. A lot of Africans were not raised to be fighters. You were raised to be subservient to others. That's why I always tell people, I am going to raise my daughters. So all this idea of a man is a protector and a provider, as much as it sounds so good, a lot of you women, they have used that statement to turn you to imbeciles. That's what they have done. Because they don't explain to you who is a man protecting you from. Why do you need protection? A man is a protector and a provider. Provider of what? Protector from who? So everyone is meant to be their own provider and protector. Von Grand Rising. I am not saying that men should not, carry out their responsibility. And this is coming from me, who I still take care of. Even my sisters who are married, I still take care of them. So this is not to push any ideology of irresponsibility or anything like that. But you must be a warrior, whether you are a man or a woman. Nobody is going to protect you. Nobody is going to protect you. Nobody. When you study the Iranian history, when you study the African history, you're going to discover that women were functioning with influence and power simultaneously with men. There was no such thing as a woman just for the bedroom and for the kitchen. There was nothing like that. But when a lie has been told for millennia, for years, it becomes the truth. That's why a lot of you women, You are in the position you are in because society told you that it is a man that is meant to protect you. Many of you go and learn kung fu, go and learn martial arts. Teach your daughters how to fight and defend themselves. Which man protect and provide for what? Which man? So whatever a man does for your daughter is just extra, icing on the cake. We have to start raising responsible daughters and responsible boys. This is the whole idea of spirituality. Balance. That's what the world is afraid of. The world doesn't want balance. The world wants extremes. Be on one extreme side. Political extremists. Thank you, Jay. Religious extremists. Now we have diet extremists, food extremists. Some people wake up and say they are vegan. So the whole world, you either become a vegan or you die. That's extremism. There are a lot of vegans who are sick, who are weak. There are people who are eating chocolate and meat every day, and they are stronger and more fit than you, that you are saying you only eat leaf and vegetables. Extremists parading themselves as authority in different aspects of life. Extremists, that's it. Whatever you are, don't become an extremist of anything. That's not spirituality. Extremism is the reason people like Adolf Hitler wreaked havoc. Is extremism. Loyalty to extreme ideologies. You take it to the extreme. And this is what spirituality is. Now that's intro. Let's go to today's session. Because if I keep talking about this one, I'll speak about it for 1 hour or 2 hours. Sigil. How many of you here are business people? If you have a business or you're an entrepreneur, you have a business, you provide a service or you have a product. Many of you, fine. How many of you think you have a brand? Do you think you have a brand or you just have a business? Because there's a difference between a business and a brand. Because until you cultivate or develop your brand, you will limit yourself just doing business. And if you want to experience expansion in your business, you need to metamorphose into a brand. Because your brand is your expression. Your brand is your frequency. Your brand is your identity. Your brand is your spiritual signature. Yesterday we talked about spiritual signature. Anybody can own a business. Anybody can own a business. But not everyone can nurture and grow a brand. Because brand requires you. Your brand will always need you, right? Now, let's go to it. What is a sigil? A sigil is a symbolic representation of a specific intention. Definition of terms. A sigil is one. A symbolic. I talked about spirituality, symbols and archetypes. So a sigil is a symbolic so it's not just a representation, it is a representation that is symbolic of a specific So there is a specific intention, not just an intention. There is a desire, there is something you want to achieve, there is an aim and a goal that you have. So a sigil is the symbolic representation of a specific intention, of a specific desire, of a specific spiritual force. That's what a sigil is. So there are people who they have an intention to steal your husband, to snatch your husband from you. So they don't just think about it. Greetings, Vaughn. They don't just talk about it. They don't just discuss it. They have an intention to snatch your man, or snatch your woman, or snatch your business, or attack you, or destroy you, or even bless you, whatever their intentions are. But they don't just talk about it. They create, they carve out, they coin, they curate a symbol representing their intention for you. So a wedding ring is a sigil because it is a symbol, it is a symbolic representation of the intention of a man, the affection of a man towards his woman, symbolized in a ring. So a man is meant to wear the ring. For those who believe in that, a woman is meant to wear the ring. So when people see you, they know, okay, she's married. Oh, he's married. That's what it's meant to be, right? That's an example of a sigil, the basic example of a sigil. Sigil comes from the Latin word sigillum. Sigillum. And sigillum simply means a seal. It is a seal. This is the word, sigillum. And sigillum means a seal. Until you seal your intention and desire, it will not develop its own wings and fly. So a sigil is used to do what? When it becomes a seal, you anchor your desire in a symbol. You charge it, you activate it, then it begins to transmit. It becomes a symbol of power. So why do you see a married person? Why do you say somebody is married? It's because they are wearing a ring, a particular kind of ring on a particular finger. So it transmits information to you about them, right? The ring is not just jewelry made of gold or silver or whatever. It conceals the power, the legal authority that they are married to somebody, and you see it, and then it represents that to you. You don't even have to go and ask them, are you married? You just believe that they are married. That's an example of a sigil. So in business branding, a sigil acts like a spiritual logo. So it's not just a logo, it's your spiritual logo. Your sigil is your spiritual logo that commands presence, that attracts. It is a spiritual force. That's what your sigil is. That's what your sigil is in business branding. So you're not just designing a logo. No, you're not just doing that. Now there are different types of sigil. Can somebody, if you know any type of sigil, type in the comment section. There are different types of sigil. Every business person must take notes of this. There are different types of sigil. Yeah, jewelry is a sigil. Exactly. Mercedes logo, we're going to get there. Mercedes logo is a sigil. MTN logo is a sigil. It is a combination of different components and elements that represents the intention of the creator of that product and that service. $1 bill is a sigil. When you look at it, there are archetypes, symbols, leadway logo. So you see. Now, one, there is intentional sigils. Intentional sigils. Intentional sigils are sigils that you create from affirmations. You create them from statements of desire. That's an intentional sigil. You create a money affirmation, for instance, and then you get an item like this that represents the infinity symbol, and you charge it, you perform the rituals. My brand attracts wealth. My brand is this. I attract the right customers, blah, 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 etc., etc. It is intentional. It is an intentional sigil. There is magic and occult sigils. You know, I've been told several times that some of the things I teach on social media, I'm not meant to be teaching them on social media. I'm meant to be, you know, I'm meant to gatekeep them. But that's okay. Magic plus occult sigils. So these are sigils used in ceremonial magics, used in invocations, used in evocations, chaos magic, planetary seals. When they want to conjure magic on a person, they want to distort cosmic movements because of one person. They want to change times and seasons. That's magic occult sigils. When they want to tie a man down with candles, when they want to put somebody in a bottle and cover him and put him there, or when they want to command wealth, because magic occult sigils are neither good nor bad. It depends on the intention of the people or the person that is carrying it out. Thank you very much. Aleister Crowley's type of stuff. And it is neither negative nor positive. You can use chaos magic to manifest wealth. You can use chaos magic to, you know, do love spell, right? You can control planetary operations, new moon, full moon, to serve you. You know, you're not hurting anybody. It's neither good nor bad. What is important is to understand the ethics of all these practices and exercises. Ethics is very important. And that's why I have to emphasize that. When it comes to energy work, this is what a lot of people don't know. Ethics is very important. Everything has ethics. Of course, it can be broken by the person done on. So there is someone made a sigil to manipulate or cast a spell on you. You also have to use a superior sigil to break that spell. That's why people talk about spell breaking. They don't talk about spell casting. They talk about spell casting. They don't talk about spell breaking, rather. But ethics, see, very important, especially when it comes to love. You know, I've had people who approach me and said, can you do this thing so that this man can do this and do that? And I simply said, it is not that I cannot do it. But what you are asking is very, very delicate and dangerous. It is unethical to use energy work to manipulate or make someone do something against their will. You can use energy work to defend and attack. Yes. When you are under a threat, or you think someone is attacking you, or they're about to wreak havoc or carry out any type of evil against you, you can use energy work to fight back. But you don't wake up and just go and do energy work on someone who didn't do you anything just because you want to control them and manipulate them. It may work, but it will only work for a while. So when it comes to energy work, ethics, very important, because you are dealing with spirits, you are dealing with genes, you are dealing with entities that cannot be seen with physical eyes. There are some rituals you embark on and they tell you you can't take a shower for 7 days. Do you understand the ethics of the energy work you want to embark on? Number 3, corporate sigil. Corporate sigil. Let's go there because of time. Corporate sigil. Logo types, right? Icons with hidden meanings. Right. Matter of fact, the logo of your business is meant to be an icon with hidden meaning. Your logo is meant to come with hidden meaning. Right. Apple. Let's look at Apple. I explained that yesterday, right? Apple is an example of a corporate sigil. Let me tell you something. The entrepreneurship journey is not beans. So all of the people, they want to start, they want to build their brand and they cannot pay 100,000 naira for consultation to develop a logo. You are not ready. You're not ready. Let me just go to Canva and just create something on Canva. All right, no problem. Apple. Let's all check the logo so we can make the class more practical. I'm sure you can see it. Apple. Right? This is Apple. It is half beaten. So you see. And I mentioned it yesterday. This is not just a logo. This is a sigil. It's an icon with a hidden meaning. And I explained why yesterday. The moment you take a bite, no going back. Go and do it. Raise your shoulder. No, I can never. Go and use it. Just use it first. It is a spell. It is a sigil, it is a spell. It represents an intention. That's what it is. It is a portal, not just a product. We talk about these things, but do you also apply it in your own business? Do you apply it in your own business? Nike. Look at Nike. Chanel, Mercedes. I'll do some explanations of all this later. Gmail. How many of you, okay, now what is the hidden meaning in Gmail logo? Many of you have seen Gmail, right? Most people use gmail.com. There is a hidden meaning in Gmail logo. How many of you know the hidden meaning? Let me show you Gmail logo. If you know the hidden meaning in a Gmail logo, thank you, Masonic, Phoenix, you are right on point. Even Chrome, Google Chrome is 666. Hidden in plain sight. So they are not just developing logos. These guys understand spirituality. Without spirituality, your business is going to fail. That's it. Except you want to be stealing money, but that won't even last for too long. Now, this is Gmail. Look at the M there. This is Masonic. If you know the Freemason very well, at the conclave and the sessions, every Mason will wear an apron, and not an apron, will wear this stuff, and then it carries Disney 666. So you see, now you are beginning to now see that, oh, this is what you are meant to also integrate in your own business. Because these guys understand spiritual realms. They know that for you to be successful in life and business, right? You can't be basic. You can't be basic. You have to delve into everything they told you is demonic. Corporate sigils. That's the most modern type of sigil, right? And then there is the last one, the personal power sigils. Number 4. Personal power sigil. This is a sigil. This one is not just black tourmaline and the ankh. It's more than that. It's juju. This thing we're saying is juju. And before you criticize it, if you wear your church mantle, if you're always carrying your pastor's handkerchief around or handband, then you have no right whatsoever to criticize this. This is my own jazz, my own mantle. This is a sigil. I got this in Egypt. It has been charged. It has always been activated. It represents an intention. So if you are wearing handband of your church, you have no right to criticize this. We are all the same. We're going to stay longer tonight. I want to make sure I spend enough time. So I want to give you tips of the iceberg of what to expect at the next Lionsgate Portal Masterclass. Because we're going to have a masterclass from the 17th of July to the 20th of July. You don't want to miss it. The people who were part of the Lionsgate Portal of last year, they can come and share their testimonies to you, and you will understand why leveraging times and seasons is the key to sustainable success in life. And you understand the sigils that go with the Lionsgate Portal. Your rosary can be a sigil. Your jewelry, they are meant to be sigils. Now let's continue. What are the esoteric function and meanings of sigils? Now, there are two types of sigils. Sigils operate in two realms, the seen and the unseen realms. The seen and the unseen realms. First one, the function of a sigil, concentration of energy. Concentration of energy. That's the first thing. I love what in Awaken the Giant by, what's his name? This popular man. Awaken the Giant, where is the book? By, I have the book here. I hope nobody has taken this book. Awaken the Giant by Anthony Robbins. He talks about concentration of energy. That's what it says. Concentration of energy. A lot of people, the reason you are finding it very hard to manifest, to sustain your success, is because your energy is not concentrated. Sigil serves as a vessel, as a portal for focused intention. So number one, concentration of energy. Concentration of energy. Starbucks. Seduction. Starbucks must be felt. At the core of the Starbucks brand is seduction. It is meant to seduce you. It is meant to seduce you. So they concentrated the energy of seduction. And when you are seduced by someone, you want to taste them, you want to feel them. Because seduction invites you to come and taste and feel and touch and have such a memorable experience that you want to come back again and taste and feel and touch. So all of these components are injected in the brand Starbucks, in the logo Starbucks, the mermaid, right? That's concentration of energy. That's not something they did in 5 hours or 24 hours on Canva. Somebody just sent it today. Yeah, that's not ours. Logo. A lot of people, the way they start their business, the way they do their branding, is already proof that they are excited, but they are not expecting the business to get anywhere in future based on how they approach their business. That's why somebody that wants to build a brand will come and meet someone like me and tell me, you want me to spend time with you on your business, but you don't have money. You are not ready. You don't even believe your business will get anywhere in life. That's why you are coming to meet me, to consult me for business branding, for esoteric business principles and designs and all that, and you don't think you should pay. It simply means that your business cannot get anywhere. And that's the way a lot of people approach their business. These guys, when they built this logo, they were poor young boys in Seattle. They were not rich. And so a lot of people, Nigerians, you are expecting to be rich until you start doing the right thing when it comes to branding. No, these guys built their logo. Amazon did this logo when he was a poor broke ass in a garage with one table and computer. That's what it is. Concentration of energy. So all the intention and the desire and the goals that you have for the business is concentrated in a particular symbol. Number 2, identity anchor. That's one of the functions of a sigil. You anchor your identity in the sigil. So when people see your sigil, your logo, they just know your identity. You know, people call me different things: pastor, bishop, occult man, juju man, evil man, demonic, atheist, weary, stupid boy, yeah person, nothing. Everything is in my logo. I have anchored everything I represent. Can you help me with I just did a sigil of my rebranded logo in the other room. When you see my logo, nobody needs to tell you who this guy is. There is an identity. This guy must be occultic. Or this guy must be an evil man. Or this guy, there is something really magnificent about this guy. There is something about this guy. So this is a new sigil of my logo now. So you see, you will not be able to see it very well. See, framed, about to be launched. So I don't teach you things I don't practice. Because I've seen people who come on social media to come and teach people about branding. But he's using one color today, another color tomorrow, another color next week. Nothing branded about them, but they talk about branding. These are ignorant people. So a lot of you, by now, you know that when you see anything coming from Femi Jubal, there are 3 colors that will be present there. Anywhere. What does that do to you? I have anchored. We anchor the identity of Femi Jubal in the logo. So because it is a sigil, it is more than a logo, it is a sigil. This is how you are meant to handle your business. This is how you are meant to handle your branding. You don't have to wait till you are a millionaire before you do this. I have no pity for people who claim they have businesses, they don't want to spend money to build their business, to build their brand. I have no pity for them. I have no pity. The moment you start talking to me, I'm like, what is this one saying? I can't hear you. Go and empty your bank account to come and consult so that you can have a great logo. Empty, go and sell your phone to come and do it. Because if your business prospers tomorrow, you're not going to come and give me any money from the profits. But you should be ready to let go of something. If you truly believe that you are building a global brand, if you truly believe you are building a global brand, that cost me some hundreds of thousands, what I just showed you now. So you anchor, your business becomes a spiritual being with a personality. So when people see your logo, it's like they are saying a spirit. Like, that's what they're saying. They are not just saying a logo, they are saying a spirit. You don't do that with Canva. No. We have only 3 minutes left, but I'll still spend some 30 minutes. The function and meaning of sigils. You know, I said there are seen sigils, there are unseen sigils, right? I'm giving you a master class that is worth millions of dollars, and I hope that is worth thousands of dollars. That's what I'm teaching you now is worth thousands of dollars, and I just hope that you are going to use it. I hope you're going to use it. The function of your sigil: energetic signature, spiritual signature. Anywhere people see anything that belongs to you, it carries your energetic signature. Thank you, Phoenix. That's what it does. It carries your energetic signature. Wherever they see anything whatever is coming from you, they already know it's from you. Out of your belly flows rivers of living water. So they know this is coming from Femi Jubal. This is coming from Ibrotech. This is coming from so person. This is coming from Chris Lee. You are not this today, that tomorrow. You are yellow color today. You are green color tomorrow. You are blue color next week. You are red color in 6 weeks' time. Scattered energy, no concentration of energy. Because when the energy is concentrated and the identity is anchored, it begins to carry an energetic signature. It begins to carry energetic signature. Do you know how strong Apple is? That some people have been defrauded in Nigeria just with a pack of an Apple phone. Just the carton. Just because the logo is on it. They thought they bought Apple phone until they got home. They opened the Apple phone. It was a bad that was inside the carton. That's how strong a logo that carries energetic signature can influence people. Because a sigil acts like a vibration code. It is the vibration code of your mission, of your message. That's what your sigil, that's what your logo is meant to be. Exactly, Bismarck. Archetypes. That's when, before you came, I was talking about archetypes in prophetic books. Now, I'm going to teach you how to activate. Don't worry. This is the beautiful weekend. It doesn't end today. It's 3 days, actually. So it ends tomorrow. But I want to make sure I lay the groundwork first. Because listen to me, guys. We are entering the last 6 months in the year. And the last 6 months in the year comes with speed. So you need divine energy. You need divine dynamism to function effectively in the last 6 months of the year. Because the last 6 months of the year comes with newness. Muharram has started. The Muslims started the new Islamic calendar into July, right? The Isheshe people are going to do this. The Igbos will do New Yam Festival. Everybody is ushering themselves into the solar energy, the last 6 months of the year. If you don't know how to leverage this season, then you will not be able to make the best of the rest of 2025. All right. Thank you for the gift. So your sigil is meant to carry your mission and your message. What is the function of a sigil? Protection. 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 Because a well-charged sigil, a well-activated sigil that comes from the place of inspired thoughts, right, would always ward off misalignment. No more energetic interference. You can't be doing your business and a competitor or an opposition would interfere the operations and activities of your business. No, they can't do that. When you have injected your intention in a sigil and your sigil is very present with you, there is mobile sigil. So you see, this is the part where, they tell people, this handband that we have in this church, wear it everywhere. This particular kind of tesbih we have made, just wear it. This ring, how fast we do it for you, say wear it, protective. It is this. They are giving you a sigil. So you have no right to criticize those who are wearing crystals. Let's be fair. Let's use our brain. Please, guys. Thank you for the gift. And then a sigil functions as a manifestation gateway. That's number 5. It's a gateway. Because let me tell you one of the purposes of a sigil. It bypasses your conscious mind. That's the whole idea. To bypass your conscious mind. So whenever you see this, for instance, it represents infinite abundance. So the moment you see it, it bypasses whatever you know in your conscious mind, and it begins to envision and to connect with what that item, that symbol represents. So it is a manifestation gateway. It turns abstract ideas into magnetic symbols, and then it attracts what it represents, because there is nothing like a non-living thing in this earth realm. Nothing is dead, everything is alive, right? Nothing is dead, everything is alive. Now, this is very important. Sigil is a way you bring spirit into matter. So you're doing. You are a sigil. That's what you do. You know you are a sigil? And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul. You are a frequency turned into a form. You are a spirit having a physical experience. So your body is a sigil, is a symbol representing an intention. So when we talk about your numerology and all of this, your identity, your purpose, your destiny expression, your soul urge, your personality, they are the intentions of the creator. We are going to create somebody like Mimi. This is our intention for creating her. This is our assignment. This is our desire for her. This is what we want her to be. And that's why we are creating her and giving her the body we are going to give her. This is why we are giving you small breasts. This is why we are giving you big breasts. This is why you are going to be tall, but you are not going to have big breasts. You're going to be a very, very bold, strong, intelligent man, but you will not be tall, so that you will not be too full of yourself. This is the intentions. You are a sigil carrying an intention. You are a frequency turned into a form. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living being. So sigil is a way to bring spirit into matter. That's what it is. That's what it is. So you are a sigil. And that's why you must know, what is the intention of God for me? Why am I here? That's why you ask those questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Because it is in the pursuit of your identity and your purpose that you are able to know why this sigil, this body is here. Because this body, you are not just a body. You are a spirit brought into matter. So you can have an experience. You are a spirit having a human experience. You're not a human having a spirit experience. You are a spirit. That's what you are. So this body is the sigil. And that's the same way you are meant to see your business. So when you create a product, when you develop an idea, yeah, you are the god of that idea. So the sigil has created a sigil, right? But because you are a spirit turned into form, which is a sigil, every product, every idea you bring into the 3D reality, they are meant to be ideas and products and services that were one's spirit turned into form. That's what they are meant to be. Now let's look at something very important. I'm going to have to use my phone to show you some symbols. Sacred geometry in sigil and branding. So you are having very solid masterclass here, honestly. Sacred geometry in sigil and branding. How many people here know about sacred geometry? Sacred geometry in sigils and branding. I want to show you some symbols. Sacred geometry in sigils and branding. Right? What is sacred geometry? Thank you. Further mathematics, that's an example. It is a study of shapes and patterns. The study of shapes and patterns that you find in nature. So mathematics studies shapes and patterns you find in nature. And that's why it is often said that mathematics is the language of God. Because sacred geometry helps you to study patterns and shapes found in nature, which are the symbolic fundamental laws of the universe. You are studying shapes and patterns that are the symbolic fundamental laws of the universe. That's what sacred geometry is. So you cannot tell me you want to create a logo or a sigil and you don't understand sacred geometry. Everything comes from sacred geometry. Everything has shape, it has form. Everything you see in the 3D reality is sacred geometry. Math is the language of God. Examples, see this. These are examples of sacred geometry. The egg of life. So you see, the egg of life. And from this, a lot can be created. The fruit of life. The Metatron cube. All of this, see, you know all this. The Metatron cube. All of these are sacred geometry. These are mathematical patterns That's why you don't just sit down and you see, whenever I'm working with a graphic artist that knows what they are doing, I know, because they do measurements. Everything must be accurate. Everything built on the fundamentals of sacred geometry can never be inaccurate. The pyramid shape, your business is showing inconsistency because the foundation is inaccurate. Your approach to everything you are doing is inaccurate. So an example of sacred geometry is circle. What does circle represent? Infinity, unity, divine cycles. So how do you use that kind of shape? Community, oneness, timeless brands. So if you are designing a logo for your business and you know what your business represents, then you know what each shape in sacred geometry represents. Square, triangle, spiral, what does it represent? Hexagram, the Star of David, right? Flower of life, seed of life. Most people, especially Africans, when they see sacred geometry, they are seeing occult evil things to their head, in their brain. That's what they are saying. Because you use sacred geometry to give your sigil structure, to give your sigil a subconscious resonance. The law of resonance, right? Part of sigil, when it comes to branding, is color psychology. Right? Every color has its meaning. That's why in the psychiatric world, they don't use red. People who are already mad, you are using red. They will bring down the building. So companies don't just use colors. No, they don't just use colors. Because every color carries its own frequency. That's it. If you go to the psychiatric world, most of the colors, white is white because it is calm, it is innocent, it is not aggressive. Red, somebody who is colo. And you have people who sleep in a room painted with red color. Red, a human being. Blue has its own meaning. Green has its own meaning. Black, white, purple. Most fast foods use red. You know why?